Hi folks, it's Christine here from Hokema Sewing and Vacuum, and I thought I would take a little bit of time here and show you the things that I brought with me so that I can sew when I travel. And in this case, I am with my daughter who's at Stanford Medical. She had a trach placed. She's doing well. We're about day 3 now. Lots of health issues. I'm down here a lot. Sometimes we stay over, sometimes we don't. But it got me to thinking that for a lot of reasons, as people who sew, we like to travel with our machines and with a setup. And I thought you might like to see what mine looks like at the moment. And I will tell you, this was a little thrown together. There are some things that I wish I'd remembered, but I got the basics. And if this list helps you and makes you maybe aware of some things that you didn't know were available, I hope it helps. I'll just put it that way. This is not scripted, so it's going to be what it's going to be. It's going to be a conversation, and I hope you can appreciate that right now. My mind's a little scattered, but let's get right into it. I'm going to start with some of the basics in no particular order of importance, and we'll kind of cover it all. We'll talk about tools, we'll talk about the machines that I chose and why, and what the current availability is of something similar to it. One of the things I have here is a folding cutting board. It's not huge, but it's a folding cutting board. This is big enough to fit on most hotel desks or tables that you might have. In this case, it's going to be a desk. That's what I have. Maybe even a dresser top. That can become your cutting station. So this particular one also comes with, and it's an OmniGrid product, but it also comes with the rotary cutter. And this is a style of rotary cutter that automatically covers the blade when you're not using it. So that's really kind of nice to have for travel. Less likely to find yourself nicked and bleeding. This one also comes with a small ruler. I didn't happen to snag it, but just know that this comes. Now I have everything in a caddy I actually happened to pick up at a thrift shop. But we've got some great ones in the shop that would also work really well for this. They're a tri-fold. Tudo makes them. We've got them in multiple colors. Now, some of the other things I thought to bring. Now, hotels typically have irons and ironing boards. However, the quality of that iron can be dubious. So I have a little Aliso. Now, this isn't the kind that's going to pop up every time I'm done. I got to remember to keep him upright. But he is a little guy. And these little guys come with mats for them to rest on. Makes them really handy, and it makes it so I can control if there's any gunk on this. You have no idea what people use that iron for before, how much the water might have rusted the iron out, and that would really make you upset if you were doing a project that you cared about. But so bringing my own small little iron, really easy to do. Of course, I have my cord for my machine, and I'll show you my machine in a little bit. I brought several spools of basic thread. I brought a pair of scissors. I have some pins. I have some clips. And I have my 1/4" foot because I know I'm going to want a piece. It gives you a clue to my machine. You know it's a baby lock. At least my travel machine is. The other thing that I brought with me, besides the project that I want to work on honestly for the shop, is I brought some projects that I don't have to think about. Does that make sense? I brought strips. I could just do a jelly roll race quilt and let this be part of how I decompress at the end of the day. As you can imagine, the last couple of days have been pretty traumatic, and they have been very difficult. So bringing something that I can do to keep my hands and my mind busy, but I don't really have to think about it, that might be a good thing to do too. Now, if you're going on vacation and doing this, maybe you're going to the beach or somewhere else where you're going to have some time in the evening or in the morning or in betweens. Having stuff like this that you can just kind of do is sanity. At least it is for me. So that's one of my little hints there. Now, for the machine, and I'm going to move this aside and I'll bring her up. Okay. The machine that I brought actually no longer in the Baby Lock line. However, its successor is in the line. And one of the reasons why I chose this, and multiple reasons, but it comes with a hard case. It also comes with an extension table, as does the newest version. What I have here is the Baby Lock Verve. Now, if I had brought the arm, I could do a little bit of embroidery, and I had toyed with it, but I just ran out of time to gather all my materials for it. But I still get a scissor, I get a speed control, I get a really easy to use machine. I can run this back up and down I-5 for my grandbabies when they need something fixed. I have fixed my grandson's 9-9 multiple times with this machine. That in and of itself makes it pretty important. But the Verve is no longer being made. If this setup looks like it's something that might interest you, come talk to us about the Aurora. The Aurora is the current version of this. And it's a great little machine. The biggest thing that it adds is the ability to have your designs sent wirelessly to the machine. That doesn't matter so much when I'm in a hotel. I'm probably not going to mess with that. But when you're at home, that's huge. And like I said, she makes a really good traveler machine. And so that's why like I said, I have the Verve. Current model would be the Aurora. So that's my basic setup. I am at day 3 and I am just getting ready to get everything set. But I wanted to kind of show you what I brought with me so that you could, maybe think about it for yourself. Sometimes we know when these things are coming. I had about a week's notice. Sometimes we don't, and that's okay too. Hope that helps. If you have any questions, make sure you put them in the comments for me. I'll be happy to answer them every way I can. Or maybe you're going to put in there what your best travel hacks are, and that would be super helpful to somebody else. I am kind of a believer that we are here to help the next person through the muck. Sometimes that muck is medical stuff. Sometimes it's just the pain of life. But there's a lot of blessings too, especially when we help each other. Love you guys. Take care and we'll talk to you soon.